I'm always interested in testing rounds that have been designed and created specifically for the Judge. And today I'm testing one that's made by a company called Lehigh Defense. And Lehigh Defense has made this round. They call it Maximum Expansion. Now, it's a weird looking round. Like, what the heck is this? Let me show you an example here. This is a 45 Colt. We know the Judge is made to shoot 45 Colts, right? This is a round that's based on 45 Colt, but look at the size difference. Look at the massive bullet on there. Now, here's where this comes into play. With the Judge, when you put a 45 Colt round in there, there's a lot of cylinder that goes unused. The folks at Lehigh Defense, they have made a 45 Colt round that's almost as long as a shotgun shell, and it takes up a large portion of that cylinder. I think this is probably as much bullet as they could reasonably fit. And it's called Maximum Expansion. When you look down inside this, that cavity is a long, long way back. I measured using the micrometer the cavity depth on this. I believe this is a PDX-1 45 Colt, and it's about 1/4 of an inch. This is 0.92 inches. It's almost a full inch long just of hollow points. So what is going to happen if this bullet works? You can see the serrations, the slices for the petals. This thing is going to open up massive petals, and it should be a very huge bullet. It won't work in a 45 Colt. You could never even chamber this in a regular 45 Colt, but you can out of a Judge. What does it do out of a Judge? It's a solid copper projectile, which matters because if you had this much material all made of lead, it'd be incredibly heavy. But copper is a lighter metal, so they can actually make a physically larger projectile while still being a reasonable weight. This is 220 grains, and they claim that it will travel at 800 feet per second. Well, I'm going to use clear ballistics gel, and I'm going to fire some of these into a block, and we'll see exactly what it does do. Holy that was insane. That poor gel block, that gel block had a bad day. It did not enjoy what just happened to it. That was incredible. This little 45 Colt pistol picked that gel block up. That's 18 pounds of rubbery gel, and it just picked it up. Now, I can already tell you one claim the manufacturer made is not going to hold up. They claimed 800 feet per second. It actually did over 900. It was well over 900 feet per second from the littlest Judge. So, you know I got to find out. How's it going to do from the big Judge? Okay, I know I shouldn't be laughing at an ammunition test, but I have never seen a gel block be that abused by a pistol round before. The Raging Judge, just really, that was ridiculous. You know, I'll do a 454 Casull test out of here. I'm sure that will be even more punitive on the gel block, but the Lehigh Defense being made for Casull rounds for a regular 45 Colt, that is one of the most powerful impacts I've ever seen. Okay, examining the gel block results from the Public Defender, the first thing I gotta say is look at the permanent damage tracks. These are 4 times as big as what I'm used to seeing from 45 ACPs. These bullets cut a horrific hole through this gel. Penetration, those who've watched my videos know I'm kind of a stickler that I really want to see 12 inches. Didn't really get there with the Public Defender. We got between 8 and about 12. We got close to 12 on the leading one. However, you know, when stopping someone is the issue, there are two major factors that can come into play. One, does the bullet penetrate deeply enough? And two, will they even register and notice that they've been hit? And if they have been hit, will that shock stop them? Not hydrostatic shock. I'm talking about, you know, psychological shock. I've seen plenty of video of police shootings, etc., where the person doesn't even necessarily know they've been hit. They would know. I got to say, they would know that they had been hit by one of these. From the public defender, it may not have had quite enough penetration that you can reliably count on it destroying the vital structures, but as far as being able to generate an attention-grabbing, holy cow, I've been shot reaction in an attacker, I don't know that I've ever seen anything that would do better than this. Let's look at the Raging Judge block now. From the Raging Judge, the results are even more impressive. 2 of the bullets went to 11.5 inches. Didn't hit the magical 12, but I don't care, because these things, I mean, they're just explosive. I could only fit 3 in the block because the way they hit, if I had actually tried to get any more in there, they would have overlapped the wound tracks. They say that these bullets should penetrate 9 inches of ballistic gel. Well, once again, they've understated it, because with the public defender, I got 8 3/4 inches out of the shortest bullet, then 10 1/4, 10 1/2, and 12 inches. That gives us an average of 10.38. In the Raging Judge Magnum, we achieved 1,080 feet per second on average, and that gives us a little bit more expansion and a little bit deeper penetration. Shortest bullet came in at 11 inches. Next one was 11 1/2, and the third was 11 5/8. Now, that's not 12, but it's awfully close, and the bullets are so much bigger than anything else. I think these are really spectacular results for this round. This one here is probably the closest to textbook that we got. The 3 from the Raging Judge are close, but I think the extra velocity of the Raging Judge bent the pedals back. These 2, the pedals are basically flat. These, I think the velocity pushed them so hard that the pedals bent backwards and cost us a little bit of dimension. These 2 being from the public defender, well, all 4 of these are from the public defender, but these 2, the pedals are quite a bit forward. This is the one that we got the most penetration out of, and I think it's obvious as to see why. It has the smallest diameter, and so it put up the least resistance to the gel. This is a 45 ACP, one of my favorite 45 ACP rounds, and it expands to huge dimensions. Put that in context, and I'll take a second one that expanded even bigger. It would take 2 of those side by side, and they're still only about the same size. If I wanted to get the full coverage that this does, it would take 4 bullets. Now, obviously, that's not a direct comparison because there's empty space here. But in terms of what that bullet's going to hit and whether it's going to be able to nick, you know, a vital structure, the artery, the spine, the whatever, this is going to hit with that huge, huge dimensions. You know, going into this, I wasn't sure what to think. I thought we were either going to have a gimmick or we were going to have a heck of a round. I think we have a heck of a round. These things are one of the scariest things I've ever seen. What they did to the gel block, I would never want to be victim of being hit by one of these. They are expensive. The price I paid was close to $3 per round from Ventura Munitions, but there's nothing else like them. And if you're going to load up a Judge with a single projectile, give serious consideration to these, because these things they're frightening. They're scary. They are powerful. Well done, Lehigh Defense, especially because you exceeded my expectations. You actually deliver more velocity and you deliver more penetration than your advertising states. That's fantastic. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Subscribe, please, so that you can stay notified when we post new videos. I've got more articles going up on the blog. I've got more videos coming. So thanks for watching and stay tuned.